In a faraway land, nestled among rolling green hills and sparkling rivers, there was a colorful little village. And in this village lived a little boy named Leo. Now Leo was a very lucky boy. He had a room filled to the brim with all sorts of wonderful toys. There were shiny red race cars, towering building blocks, fluffy teddy bears, and a box of crayons with every color you could imagine. Leo loved his toys very, very much. He played with them from morning until night. But there was one thing Leo didn't like to do. He didn't like to share. Whenever his friends came over to play, Leo would hold his toys tightly. "These are mine," he would say. If a friend asked to borrow his favorite blue spaceship, Leo would shake his head and hide it behind his back. If his little sister wanted to draw with his special glittery pens, he'd quickly put them away in a high-up drawer. Leo thought that if he shared his toys, he would have less fun, or that they might get broken. So he kept them all to himself, in his colorful room, in his colorful little house. One sunny afternoon, while Leo was busy lining up all his toy soldiers in a perfectly straight row, a tiny light started to shimmer near his window. It twinkled and danced, growing brighter and brighter, until a tiny glowing fairy appeared, hovering right beside his bookshelf. She had wings like dragonfly wings, shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow, and her voice sounded like tiny bells tinkling in the wind. Leo stared, his eyes wide with wonder. He had never seen a real fairy before. The little fairy fluttered closer and whispered softly, "Hello, Leo, I have a secret for you." Leo leaned in, his heart thumping with excitement. "What is it?" he whispered back. The fairy smiled a gentle, knowing smile. "Sharing creates magic," she chimed, her voice echoing like a sweet melody. Then, with another little twinkle, she vanished, leaving behind just a faint shimmer of gold dust in the air. Leo blinked. "Sharing creates magic." "That's just silly," he said to himself with a laugh. He looked at his perfectly arranged toy soldiers and went back to his game. Magic came from wands and potions, not from giving your toys away. He didn't believe the fairy one bit, but the fairy's words lingered in his mind, like a little song he couldn't forget. A little later, Leo heard a sad whimpering sound coming from the garden. He peeked outside and saw a small fluffy puppy sitting all alone by the flower beds. The puppy looked lonely and droopy-eared. Leo felt a little pang in his heart. He looked at his favorite bouncy ball, the one with the red and yellow stripes. He thought about the fairy's words. "Sharing creates magic," he mumbled. "Well, I guess I can try it just once." He took the ball and rolled it gently towards the puppy. The puppy's ears perked up. It nudged the ball with its nose and then started to wag its tail. As the puppy pounced and played, something truly amazing happened. The ball began to glow. With every bounce, it sparkled with a golden light and seemed to leap higher and higher into the air, leaving a trail of shimmering stars behind it. The puppy was so happy, and watching it, Leo felt a strange, warm feeling spread through his chest. It felt nice. Feeling braver now, Leo decided to try again. He saw his friend Lily sitting on her porch, looking a bit bored. Leo remembered his big box of crayons. He grabbed them and ran over. "Want to draw with me?" he asked. Lily's face lit up. "Yes!" she cried. As they started to draw, the magic happened again. The moment they shared the crayons, the colors on the paper became incredibly bright. The green of the trees was greener than any leaf, and the blue of the sky was bluer than the deepest ocean. Their drawings of flowers, houses, and smiling suns seemed to wiggle and dance right on the page, almost coming to life. They laughed and drew for hours, creating a masterpiece of joyful colors. From that day on, Leo became the best sharer in the whole village. He shared his sweet cookies with his sister and they tasted even sweeter. He shared his toy boat with a friend at the pond, and it sailed faster than ever before. He even shared his time, helping his neighbor water her flowers. And every single time he shared, a little bit of magic would happen. The world around him seemed to grow happier and more beautiful. The flowers bloomed brighter, the birds sang sweeter songs, and laughter filled the air wherever he went. That evening, as Leo was putting his toys away, after a long day of playing with all his friends, the tiny fairy appeared once more, her light filling the room with a warm glow. She smiled at Leo. "You see," she said softly, "the greatest magic in the world isn't in a wand or a spell book." She hovered closer and pointed to Leo's chest. "It's in here. The greatest magic is kindness." Leo smiled the biggest, happiest smile of his life. He finally understood. Sharing didn't mean he had less. It meant he had more. More fun, more friends, and a heart so full of joy, it felt like it might burst. The real magic wasn't about making toys sparkle. It was about making people happy. And that was the best feeling in the entire world. Remember, sharing your toys and your kindness brings happiness and magic, not just to others, but to you too. Thank you for watching our story. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more magical adventures. See you next time.